That would only slow me down. 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 That would only slow me down.
The ancestors. It's good to see fresh words in front of me. Now, my translation skills are not what Isius were, I can achieve a meager paraphrase at best. But a little knowledge is better than none, is it not? Let us... This tapestry of truth is a threadbare cloth indeed, but at least you have allowed me to begin the first few stitches in its restoration, and to settle the memory of a dear friend. In return, allow me to give you this, a little practical wisdom to improve your lot. My word. 𝕬𝖃 contextualized syntax is a slippery eel indeed. Let me see if I can grab it by the gills. They carried their virtue gems to 𝕬𝖃𝖊𝖑 bed. No, that's not quite right. Ah, yes. 𝕬𝖃𝖊𝖑's cradle. The historian finishes that it was a price they needed to pay to ensure a 𝕬𝖊𝖑 future. A cradle of virtue gems? What sort of 𝕬𝖊𝖑 future did 𝕬𝖃𝖊𝖑 hope to ensure? Splendid. Let's see what this page has to offer us. It talks of Queen Atsiri. Now, here's a portentous line. She drenches her altars with the blood of those deranged enough to question her vision. The next piece is a real eye-crosser, but I believe it refers to a communion. Something to do with the harvest moon? Again, 𝕬𝖃𝖊𝖑 seems at the heart of it. Good. This line I can read without issue. This will be our final night of fear, our final night of suffering. Sacrifice, communion, the harvest moon. An unsettling combination. Oh my. This first line is frighteningly clear. Our queen is dead. 𝕬𝖃𝖊𝖑 is dead. So many have fallen, so many have changed. The latter text is almost indecipherable. It practically hums with agitation. Let me see. I can make out the words sleep, nightmare, and the beast. Whatever that may be, our historian finishes with, "We have succeeded where our forebears did not. We have failed ourselves." I need not imagine the fall of the 𝕬𝖃. I saw the nightmare with my own eyes. Strange. I was put in charge of dating the most antiquated of texts. This parchment, it's a remarkable copy, but it's no original. Much younger. Oh my. Listen to this. My dearest Isius, I have been enlightened beyond expectation. Your work in translating these artifacts is worthy of the highest recompense, and thus I am delighted to offer you a position in my personal laboratory. Please do not give your escorts any consternation. I would be most pained to see such a precious asset damaged in any way. I very much look forward to working with you. 𝕬𝖗𝖊𝖓𝖆𝖑, your friend and admirer, 𝕬𝖗𝖘𝖊𝖓𝖆𝖑. Poor Odysseus. Wherever you went, my pity goes with you. I suppose every civilization has its Doriani, its 𝕬𝖗𝖘, men of divine talent and demented ambition. Without them, history would be a far... How 𝕬𝖗𝖘 survived the Purity Rebellion, I don't know. He was at Emperor Vol's side before 𝕬𝖗𝖃's corpse was even cold. I suppose Vol found him as difficult to refuse as Odysseus did. 𝕬𝖗𝖘 would never have risen so far without the patronage of an emperor like 𝕬𝖃s. It would appear that Doriani and Queen Atsiri shared a similar relationship. It was said of the beautiful Atsiri that she wished to see her likeness reflected in the still waters of history. 𝕬𝖃s was no less self-impressed. Of all the sins, vanity is the most hideous. Sun fell in the course of an hour, no more. A tempest raged down from the mountains and engulfed the city, throwing it into midday darkness. I saw madness in my colleagues' eyes, watched as the most rational men in the Empire jabbered and slavered and slaughtered each other. I witnessed Trinian, our gemling intellectus prime, engulfed by the radiance of his flaming cranial gem, and wither like a grape in the sun into a thing of desiccation and famishment. I've seen mountains spew fire in 𝕬𝖗𝖃. I've seen waves as tall as trees and winds that leveled warriors and walls alike. Nature is what nature. Remember, life is precious.
You are the true spirit of the 𝕬𝖗𝖃, the shark. Not the cowardly beast that sinks its teeth into the lonely swimmer. You strike the 𝕬𝖃𝖊𝖓, the canoe, spilling a feast of men into the water. Hunters turned hunted, that you dine on at your pleasure. Have this, 𝕬𝖗𝖃. Clarissa will weep for Tolman. She must. The cloud is darkest before the rain. Hagen is a man of many claims, and those claims seldom dance harmoniously together. A lie is a death sentence in 𝕬𝖗𝖘𝖊𝖓𝖆𝖑, so I was raised a daughter of truth. 𝖆𝖑 is a son of self-interest. He's no warrior, nor spirit singer. He's a 𝕬𝖗𝖃𝖊𝖓𝖆𝖑. I don't know the right word in Oriathan, but in Karui it means he who wins wars with false promises. Grigor straddles two worlds. 1 foot planted on this soil, 1 in the dirt of spirit and shadow. When you speak with him, be sure to know from which world his words arise. It's an often told story among the Karui, how Vol of Thebris bent his knee to my ancestor, King 𝕬𝖗, and promised freedom in return for war. While Vol raised his purity rebellion in the heart of the empire, 𝕬𝖗 took Lord Lion Eye's head and the southern coast all the way to Siren's Cove. It was the greatest conquest the Karui have ever seen. There's still prey out there. An overreaching witch floundering out of her depth. Happy hunting, 𝕬𝖗𝖃𝖊. Why are you still standing there?
Mate. I was Clarissa's guardian angel back in Oriath. Put food on the table in return for a bit of light work. I try to keep her out of trouble as best I can here, but Sarn's full of secrets, and Clarissa's full of curiosity. She's just so ample, is our Marymore. In my mind, you'll find no saucier specimen of womanhood. It's the tattoos and that fancy talk she does. Intoxicating. She's a cool one, though.